State-driven initiatives to create jobs are also springing up. One of such states is Cross River in South Nigeria, where a huge garment factory has the capacity to employ 3,000 people. Sitting on 3 hectares of land in Calabar, the Cross River state capital, is the Cross River State Garment and Textile Factory. The first batch of 300 employees is already undergoing training with modern facilities, and their first task is sewing uniforms and other garments for the entire staff. About 60% of the workforce is made up of women, mostly widows, who have relied on old sewing methods for their sustenance, but are now being exposed to new sewing skills. There's also a good number of young people.
I've not seen this type of machine before. Now I've mastered the machine, and the button holes that we use in doing buttons. Like this one, we use machine to put it. We don't use handle again in this company.
As a designer, there are some machines here that I don't have, and this is the first time I'm seeing it. So far I thought maybe I was doing so well, but coming here to see some machines that I don't have, it's an improvement for me. I've really improved myself.
This initiative to empower so many women, especially widows, gets the commendation of some members of the Nigeria Association of Women Journalists.
These are the vulnerable in the society. Sometimes when a man dies and leaves a wife, the children suffer. We know these things, so I think it's commendable. It is highly commendable that this group of people have been singled out to be favored in the employment in this garment factory.
The facility, which also aims to contribute to the revival of Nigeria's textile industry, gets the approval of the Minister of Labour.
This factory is an employment center, so to say, because at each shift, 1,000 persons are here working. They do 3 shifts in a given day, and 3,000 persons taken out of the halls of unemployed, the army of unemployed, is a good number.
Their goods are commended beyond the borders of the state.
This company to buy jackets and for my company is a big work. So everything is nice, everything is big. I heard that from everywhere about his place here, about this place here. I heard this story from Lagos.
For these newly employed women and youths, this is an opportunity to acquire skills to make them relevant in the growing fashion industry and to provide alternatives to the demand for imported clothes. And over in Anambra State, southeast Nigeria, progress is being made, not just in rice production, but in several areas of the private sector. A lot has been said and heard about the activities of the governor of Anambra State. And today, the vice president has come to check things out for himself. Pleasantries over, the reason for the visit starts. It's a tour of the 6 private sector industries in the state. The industries engaged in manufacturing of automobiles, beverages, drug dispensing caps, rice, noodles, plastics and lubricants all impressed the vice president. He is particularly pleased with the fact that despite the available technology to get the job done, people are taken into consideration.
The fact that he has chosen to use people to do the work rather than machines is very, very important. I'm very happy that he has chosen to use actual people like yourself to do this work rather than put a machine that will be doing the work.
The federal government's drive towards indigenous products is bolstered by such industrial strides, and the vice president has cheering information for the management of the only automobile manufacturing plant in the country.
At the Federal Executive Council, a number of cars was approved for purchase and for the Federal Road Safety Corps. And our supplier is Innocent Motors.
As the visit winds down, the host governor hints that there are many more things coming out of Anambra State.
In the recession, you don't retreat, you pump money to attack it. And that's what we are doing. We are pumping money into the system to be able to change that nose of a recession.
With all that has been set in place in Anambra State, hopes are high that with proper management, they will not go the way of others before them into a moribund state. Labor unions are not left out of debates and discussions to form a plan or policies that would reflate the economy. The Trade Union Congress has appealed to operators of financial institutions across Nigeria to rid the sector of corrupt practices to save the economy. The president of the union made this appeal at a conference of union members from the financial institutions in Abuja.
Solidarity! Solidarity!
According to him, financial corruption in the banking and insurance sector of the economy will further worsen Nigeria's economic situation if operators refuse to act. Since the National Bureau of Statistics officially declared Nigeria's economy to have entered into recession in August, there have been several conferences to discuss how to reflate the economy. This gathering of trade unionists in the financial sector is one of such fora, as they are poised to discuss the role of trade unions in growing the economy.
As the cream de la cream of the financial sector,
the president of the Trade Union Congress urges members to rid the financial sector of corruption to grow the economy.
just like the judiciary is trying to clean itself, every sector of the economy of this country must clean itself of corruption, including the banking and insurance sector.
In the same vein, both the representative of the Minister of Labour and Employment and that of the Central Bank Governor appeal to the employers of labour in the financial sector to promote policies that will contribute to quick economic recovery.
It is pertinent to note that our union has enjoyed relative peace over the years. I therefore wish to remind you of the significant understandings reached between the unions and employers in this period of economic recession, which was midwifed by my ministry, and the utmost need to sustain and promote that pact which will no doubt contribute to economic recovery.
As we intensify efforts to grow the country's economy, labor unions should be in the forefront, rallying their members to enhance labor productivity. I urge you, therefore, to use this platform to articulate additional strategic contributions which you must make towards growing the economy of our dear country.
Nigeria's economy officially slipped into recession 3 months ago, when the Bureau of Statistics reported consecutive contraction of the nation's GDP from 0.3% in the first quarter of 2016 to 2.06% in the second quarter. Analysts say deliberate policies by the government and financial regulators are urgently needed to reflate the economy. Most people believe that there is no job security without actual physical security. So while experts in government and private circles postulate and enact policies to create sustainable employment for the teeming masses, spoilers like insecurity and corruption must be checked, while the rule of law and an enabling environment should be encouraged to get the country out of recession. That's all on The Big Story. Thanks for watching. I am Mary Alale Yusuf.